Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of TV and Film Focus. My name is Victoria Main. I'm here today with writer and filmmaker James Bottom. So hi James, thanks for being here.
Thank you for
appreciate it. So James has a company called Mag7 Entertainment Productions. So let's start by just talking about how, what inspired you to start the company? What are you looking to accomplish? What are some of your long-term goals with the company? Stuff like that.
Well, I'm hoping that my company actually expands. I'm actually a writer. I started writing back in 2007. I entered a lot of screenwriting contests, and I never made the list. So it came to a thought to where I'm just going to make my own film. And I wrote a short film 2018 and ended up shooting it, which was called Lover Gone. I have a trailer out on Facebook. What I do is my company, Mac7 Entertainment Productions, is I work for other production companies and, like Brandon Cole of DEFCON Studios, Alex P. Gutterman from Anisha & Co. And Del Bottom, we work together and we make films together and we collaborate with stuff and, we make things happen.
Cool. So it sounds like you have a lot of, relationships in the film community here, and which is great. That's important, as we all know.
Right. Yeah.
So how do you find the community here? Have people been supportive, and has it been easy to reach out and get involved and stuff?
It's been very supportive. It's been easy to reach out, but everybody got their own schedules and stuff, so it's kind of hard, to keep the business going because they got their plans and their calendars all set up, and I'm just getting mine going.
Yeah.
So getting together is a hard problem when everybody got their own projects to work on.
Sure.
It's got to be back to back, And
yeah.
My life is busy right now. I'm a family with 3 kids and a wife, and that's most important right now. But I try to set a little time aside to work on my company and my film and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I know it is tough sometimes to find time for our creative life,
It is.
And we all got families and jobs and all that stuff that, why can't I just make movies,
Right.
Which would be awesome. So you've been writing for a while.
Yes.
And you said that you had written a few scripts.
I have 3 feature films written, and I have another short film that I wrote, which is called Damage Done. I wrote that with Brandon Cole from DEFCON Studios.
Okay.
We haven't had enough, budget to actually shoot it or time to get together and actually film it. Mm-hmm. But I'm still looking forward to doing that with him. Hopefully, sometime a year or 2 from now, we can actually get together and get a team together and actually put it in action.
Yeah. Well, I know that it's really tough to get crew together to shoot stuff because there's so many projects going on in town, and there's not enough people to get all the work done on all the different projects.
Right.
So everybody has to kind of stagger their stuff.
Yes.
So basically, you've been writing for a while, and so you kind of decided to take matters into your own hands and start your own company.
Correct.
So what would you say, what's your long-term picture for the company? What do you want to be doing 10 years from now?
Well, I actually want to be doing is building a team, start paying people, minimum wage or, hourly wage, I should say, and just write my scripts and, film them.
Sure.
And, get them going. I want to actually work on my first feature film, which I haven't decided which one I want it to be yet, but I'm working on it. I don't know if it's going to be an old one or if I'm going to write a new one, because I'm starting to know a lot more people now, and I'm starting to see a lot of talent out there that I haven't seen back then when I wrote my first scripts.
Sure.
And right now my thing is learning about the film festivals. That's something new to me. I know about the screenplay contest, which I stopped doing. So it's just seeing where a film festival will take me now.
Well, and I know there were a couple of good websites, and I wish I had thought of this before the show. But there are a couple of good websites that aggregate all of the festivals and kind of make a calendar.
Okay.
So if you Google festival calendar, film festival calendar, you'll get a couple of sites that lay them all out for you, so that you know what's coming every month, which is really a helpful tool, because as you know, just surfing is.
Because I use Film Freeway right now.
Okay.
And it just shows you all the festivals, but I don't think it shows a calendar.
No, and the calendar format is really nice because
Oh,
you can
cool.
see, okay, here's what's coming up in March, here's what's coming up in April.
All right.
So that's really cool. So you're looking to obviously at some point produce some of the what you've already written,
Right.
Because you've got some stuff.
Correct.
Cool. And you're kind of working with Brandon and Alex Gooderman and
Yeah,
other
and
filmmakers
Dale
in
Bottom,
town.
yes.
Okay. Have you guys worked out any? Are you raising money together?
I would like to, but at the time, we haven't really talked about it. I'm still waiting on his go with the Hate Storm, the
Sure.
feature film for that.
Sure.
We gotta still have a crowdfunding for that and get the money for that.
Okay.
Once he says that he got something to work on, we'll get together and try to make it happen. But right now, everything is slow.
Yeah. So just to clarify for folks at home, Hate Storm is a script written by Dale Bottom, a local guy, and it was he's shot short of what's called a prequel
Yes.
to it, which was very well done, which James had a lead role in.
Yes.
And that would be great if that was
Right,
the
yeah.
story is based, of course, on the terrible lynchings in what was it, 23, something like that,
Something like that. Yeah, 23.
and based on the Michael Fido book.
Yep.
Dale used that as basis for writing the story. So it's an awful story, but a story that needs to be told
Right,
and remembered.
yeah.
So I hope that goes forward.
Yeah,
That would
he actually won an award for awareness in a Tylerman Film Festival.
nice.
Yeah, so that's his award for the Hate Storm. Hopefully
Yeah.
that get his recognition up there.
Yeah, well, Dale's going to be a future guest. Dale, if you're watching, I don't know if I mentioned that, but you're going to be a future guest. So what would you if you could have exactly everything go the way you needed it to right now? If you'd be doing whatever you want, what would you be doing right now? Would you be writing?
I'll be writing and making film.
Okay.
Like making it a visual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
that's my most important thing is I don't think people would see my view when I write it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I entered a lot of screenplay contests, and it seemed good to me. I had a lot of people that I didn't know read it, and they said it was good. But
Mm-hmm.
then when I enter into the contest, I don't make the list. Mm-hmm. So it's like what are they not seeing? Like could it be my grammar, which is possible?
Yeah.
Grammar is a big step in that screenwriting. If you don't got good grammar, they're not going to understand where it's going.
Yeah.
But I just said, well, I'm just going to write my scripts and make it a visual so they could see how good I really am. Yeah.
Are any of your stories a little bit about your own life? I mean,
Oh no, it's
are they
all made up.
Okay.
My company's Mag7 because 7 means 7 genres. So it's like I call it Shaddix. It's like sci-fi, horror, action, drama, animation, comedy, and suspense.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that. I'm writing that down. That's good. I can hear Jim laughing. So, and what's your preferred genre that the scripts you've written?
Most of my stuff is drama.
Okay.
But I'll put like action into it, but it's mainly drama.
Okay.
So I'm probably like a drama writer.
Okay. Interesting. They kind of. What's your style? Are you kind of a little bit? What kind of stories are you telling?
It's more like heartfelt, like more realistic. Like it's not too much, made up. Like it's like based off life itself.
Okay.
Like what people experience and go through. Like Lover Gone is about alcoholism. And the awareness of it and like what can happen to you if you overdo drinking alcohol. Like how your perception in life is. Like it'll prevent you from being yourself.
Yeah.
When do you stop? When do you know, like that's your last, drink? When do you want to move on from drinking?
And in that story, I didn't see all of it. I
Right.
didn't this morning, but I saw part of it, and so there's a couple that gets
Right.
really drunk, and then
Drunk.
they get in the car.
Right.
And they drive.
They driving and
Very bad.
Yes, it is.
And so something bad happens.
Yes.
So that looks like a really good story. That's called Lover Gone, in case you didn't get that, and it's on YouTube, correct?
YouTube.
And
Yeah,
that's,
the trailer's on YouTube, not the short film.
right, and it's under Mag7 Productions,
Entertainment Productions.
right? Mag7 Entertainment Productions. Okay. All right. Well, now I know we actually met. I don't know if you remember, but you and I had met at the Arrowhead Filmmakers.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay, I think we did. But you're involved obviously with those folks.
Yes.
Have you been going to those meetings and stuff?
I Probably been the one, but I have a hard time doing that because I work days and nights.
Oh, okay.
And most of the time when it's going on, it's in the afternoon and I'm at work. So like my schedule's like busy.
Yeah.
So the bills come first.
Yeah, exactly.
gotta look out for the bills, and then business before pleasure. So business first, and then the pleasure of making the films and movies comes second.
So as the Filmmakers Association now, I think they've changed the name to Arrowhead Filmmakers Association.
Yep, they did.
But as they get rolling, you're a member of the filmmaking community now, and what would you want them? What is your hope that they'll be able to provide for filmmakers locally, so that?
Well, the most important thing is funding. I mean, without funding, you can't get anything made. You can write as many scripts as you want, but getting it actually produced and filmed and recorded in a crew, you need to be able to pay them a wage.
Yeah, absolutely. And they may be looking at that. I would hope so. Because
I hope so too.
Yeah, because as it stands now, everybody's just kind of doing separate sort of crowdfunding efforts, and you really, those are not easy.
No, they're not.
And
a lot of time.
You really have to put a lot of effort into figuring out how to make those work, and so yeah, I hope that a better way comes along. I'd like to see them have like a raise some money and have like a pool.
Yes.
Right.
That would be something
that people get to borrow money from, and then hopefully pay it back.
Pay it back.
So, because you can make the films. But another thing that maybe the Filmmakers Association could work on would be like distribution channels.
Yes.
Because of course that's where your money's going to come back.
Yep, it is.
So, are you? So you talk to those guys on a regular basis and stuff?
Once in a while, not much. I mean, like I said, busy schedule. Everybody got their own thing they're doing. I'm looking to do like a GoFundMe page sometime.
Mm-hmm.
But my first short film was all out of my pockets. I didn't want to go for broke because I ended up going broke.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So I had to save my money to be able to do something to show the public and the community that I'm able to invest in myself. Yeah. And maybe sometime when I do a GoFundMe, they can see that they can invest in me because I'm making something great.
Well, and what filmmaking is a logistics. It's a lot.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of time.
And you have to be extremely organized, and it takes a tremendous amount of effort. And it's cool that you did the self-funding thing, and that's great. But if you're making a longer film,
right, it's out of my pocket.
Yeah, right. That's not going to work. So, all right. Well, is there anything else you kind of want to talk about today?
Not much. I mean, just if it's not about film.
Are you pretty excited? I know I am about Catalyst.
Yes, I am. I am excited. I actually bought my tickets to go there, so I will be attending that week.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, maybe my first time actually attending a film festival. I mean, although the script that I entered into hasn't been accepted for it. Well, I mean, not the script of the short film. Lover Gun hasn't been accepted at the Catalyst, but I still will be attending. Yeah. Just for to build a connection, get to know more people, and see what's out there.
Yep. And that's an important part of the business too. Is, the connection. More folks the more folks you can call later and go, hey, can you be a crew on this?
Yes.
And I'm going to be at the festival as well. Okay. So I'll see you there. All right. So we're going to look at. I've got here your trailer for Lover Gone. And so we're going to be looking at that. Why don't you tell us how that, give us the setup on that if you can.
On the trailer? Well, I actually made the short film first before the trailer. Oh. And when I started entering the film festivals, they asked for a trailer, which I didn't have.
Oh, okay.
I didn't think I needed one. So within 3 hours, I pieced one together, and the audio gave me an issue. So Christian Cole, which is Brandon Cole's brother, did the audio for me. Okay. And once I got the audio from him, I pieced it together real quick. And the trailer is about, it's showing you one too many drinks can lead to a major accident, and to prevent that, try to limit your drinking and be responsible. Yeah.
So it's basically this couple goes to this party, or they're somewhere.
They're somewhere.
And they keep drinking and drinking. And
right, and then they'll leave, and they think that they are able to drive the vehicle, or get there with no problem because they like, they're so close, but then they don't realize that their perception and things, and then, their hand coordination and their response to like traffic and the lights, everything changes once you're drunk.
Yeah.
And they realize that the hard way, and you don't want to realize that in real life because it's something serious. Like if it's not only hurting yourself, it's hurting your family and people that care and love about you.
Yeah.
What are you giggling about? Oh, you thief!
Party don't stop till you take the last drop.
Put it away!
Put it away.
If he sees you with that out, he's gonna be mad.
Easy now.
I can't wait till we get home. I have a surprise for you.
Hey now, hey, stop. Trying to drive.
Adam!
Hey, that enough.
I'm just trying to have fun.
Listen, don't be mad at me now. Come on, don't be mad at me.
Adam, you're driving in the wrong lane. Adam.
Do you remember back when we used to count the stars?
Yes, we lie awake all night, just seeing how many we can find.
You're finally waking up.
How did you get in? What brought you to filmmaking in the first place and writing?
Actually, I never wanted to do film. I want to be a video game designer. I want to write stories for video games. I went to school for that. I actually have a bachelor's degree in graphic design and video game, design.
Okay.
But it seemed like a very, very difficult career to get into. I mean, you need to actually go to like the top-notch schools, which I didn't at the time. Everything has a price on it.
Sure, right. Oh, yeah.
But within like a few years from that, after I graduated in 2005, I started writing, and then I just think, hey, maybe I don't need to write for video games. Maybe I'll just start writing film. It seemed to be a lot easier. It wasn't the easier.
Right, yeah, no.
Because, you still need to pay people the wage just as much as you need to pay people to, help you create this video game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so my scripts started leading from video games to movies, and then that's how I started my scripts. And then 2007, I finished my first one. It's actually called, if I can remember, For My Son.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 120-page script. It's called For My Son. And then I wrote an animation one called The Wibbles, short film, Damage Done, as I mentioned earlier. And it continues from there. And then Lover Gone came up. I actually was applying for a job for Lover Gone, and they wanted a short film. And when I started writing the short film, it turned out that the job that I was applying for wasn't a job. It was actually a competition that they set up as a job.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so that eventually got taken down from the job market, and I just said, you know what, that's the point where I came together and say, I'm just going to shoot it myself, because it's like you don't know what to believe out there on the web. Like,
Yeah.
everything can be a scam. And you know, the best way to realize that it's not a scam is if you do it yourself.
Yeah. Well, here to that. So I saw on your bio on Facebook that you're originally from the Bronx.
Yes, Bronx, New York.
Okay. I lived in New York myself for about 7 years, and it's a great city.
Yeah.
So
Visiting.
great. Yeah. If you have kids, I imagine it's a little less ideal. I was
Right,
there
it's-
as a single person,
It's
so.
tough.
But you know, when exactly did you where did you did you go from the Bronx to Duluth? Because that seems kind of.
No, I moved around a few. I went from, actually, it was because of my mom. At the time, I was living under her roof, and we went from New York City to Louisiana, back to New York City to Texas, back to New York City, and then I ended up just moving to Minnesota myself, because I couldn't catch up with the cost of living in New York City. It's very pricey.
Oh gosh, yeah.
You know, so I just searched on the web a good place to go, and Minnesota popped up. You know, moved out here, visit. I moved back to New York City, you know, to get my stuff. Moved out here permanently. You know, got married to my wife and have 3 kids.
So is your wife from here then?
Yeah, she's from here.
Okay, you married a good Minnesota girl.
Yes.
Good.
Hopefully.
All right. Yeah, because usually, you know, you don't get a lot of folks that are like, yeah, I was in the Bronx and now I'm in Duluth,
Right.
you know.
Right.
So I knew
You know,
there
you
had
got-
to be.
You have the stereotypes, you know, he's from New York City. What is he about? I mean,
Yeah.
not everybody's a bad person, you know.
Yeah.
Every state has their bad and good. You know?
Yeah. Well, you know, my experience in New York was I met a lot of great people. So, but I'm glad you decided to come here. You know, I'm glad that you're part of the filmmaking community, because I think we have a really great group of people that are
Yes,
involved
you
in
do.
stuff here.
You have lots of land, and lots of, you know, areas where you can shoot at.
Yep.
You know, lots of space, and you know that helps out a lot also.
Yeah, well, and that's going to make a big difference for the folks who come to town as part of the Catalyst Festival, the producers, and you know they're working on that production guide, which is going to show
Yep.
all the different locations we have around here. And you know, it's interesting. Somebody said that, and you know, these are the kinds of things that movie people think about that hadn't really occurred to me was. For instance, the iron ore mines, you know,
Okay.
they look like the surface of another planet, you know? And I didn't think of that, but when they said it, I was like, God, you know, you're right. You know, it really could
Right.
be
It could
Mars,
be.
you know,
It
if
could
you're
be.
in the pit, you know?
It's possible.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm super excited for Catalyst. I think there's going to be a lot of great panels and stuff.
Right.
I'd like to do as many of those as possible. There's also a master class thing, which looks really interesting. Have you looked at that at all?
I haven't looked at that. Being that my short film didn't get accepted into the festival, I was invited to a special event where producers and everybody else that hasn't made it, I guess, will be able to collaborate and, you know, get the connections and communicate and, you know,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
well, that's cool.
make a team of a film community together.
Okay, so you're still going to get to meet folks.
Yes,
and-
I'm still gonna get to meet people.
Yeah, that's great. I didn't realize that was.
Invitation only, as they say.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, best of luck with that, and I'll
Thank
see
you.
you there.
Yeah,
So.
be real crowded.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's gonna be an interesting experience. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in.